Let's both talk at the same time. Yeah, let's see if it picks us both up.
So excited.
All right, cool. Because I'm a cinematographer now.
Such talent.
I think it's time you met someone. My sister, Jade Gotauco!
Hello.
Jade did the illustrations for Fucked Up Fairy Tales the book. Yes, you get 2 Gotaucos for the price of 1 when you buy Fucked Up Fairy Tales the book. And today is Jade's birthday. Just pretend it's your birthday.
Hooray!
Happy birthday! Happy
Thank
birthday!
you.
It's definitely Jade's birthday. So it's a perfect time for you to get to know her a little bit. We'll talk about the book and its process. You'll learn a little bit about the two of us growing up as well as now. And you'll learn a little bit about like Scrimshaw and stuff as well. So let's get into it. It's right at the top of the phone.
Is it center or right?
Center.
Because if I go wonky eye, might. So the better.
I'm keeping that in.
Yeah.
So what was your initial reaction when I asked you to do the pictures for Fucked Up Fairy Tales the book?
Obviously, yes. Like there was no question of whether or not the answer was going to be a big hard yes.
Yay! I'm so glad because they're really
so
good.
exciting.
And did you like have any like presumptions about like what the style might be, or did you kind of like see it in your head already?
No, to either of those things. I think my ultimate goal was to bring your vision to life. So my styling and all that jazz took a backseat because I really wanted it to be what you wanted it to be.
What is your personal history with fairy tales? Like, are there any that stick out to you from like when we were kids, or is there anything that you really like?
So I think like a super interesting part of our dynamic as sisters is that I didn't really have the same exposure to fairy tales that you had. A lot of my time, I think, was spent like in Dad's workshop or with Dad out on the boat, or like things that were just separate from the fairy tale reading. I remember watching and listening to and reading some fairy tales, but I think my personality type, or whatever category you want to pop me in, thrived more in the literal and tangible. So I wasn't as easily connected to the dream world.
I mean, thank God the illustrations are so good. I have no idea.
It is kind of funny though. I mean, it's like listening to you tell the stories in your social media, and then reading the stories as you gave them to me for the book. For so many of these stories, that was my first meeting with them. And I honestly think that contributed to like the purity of the experience for me, because I wasn't revisiting something that I had already heard in some other form.
Yeah,
I was just receiving
you don't have, like,
it.
the legacy of like
right.
Walt Disney's Cinderella hovering or whatever,
Right. Yeah. It was like directly from you. And I think the way you tell those stories is in a dialect that relates to me more than the way they were presented to us as children. Like, I've always been a little on the dark side. And I think the humor and the reality of a lot of the origins of these stories, like if they had been told to me that way when I was a kid, I would have been so into fairy tales.
Well, thank you. This is a video about Jade, but so far she spent it complimenting me. You are the wind beneath my wings. Okay, this is a really serious question. Will you ever forgive me for stabbing a pencil in your arm?
Yes, absolutely. But I will probably not stop making jokes about it.
Do you believe me when I tell you it was an accident?
No. I mean, here's the thing. I don't believe that in your young mind you thought I am going to stab my sister right now. But I do know that you were holding a pencil with the tip of it in my direction, and it stabbed me.
I'm gonna find a pencil right now.
I think I still have the. Oh no, I tattooed over the mark.
We'll see.
It's gone.
Everything
it's gone. It's like it never happened
for a reason. Okay, so first, tell everyone what scrimshaw is, which is
Ah,
Jade's main medium right now.
yes. So, scrimshaw, as most people understand it, or what most people think of when they think of scrimshaw, if they even know what it is artwork engraved onto bone or ivory that was a byproduct from the whale industry. Most commonly, people have seen and connected with scrimshaw in like the 70s and 80s, and it was a super popular commodity. So you saw a lot of jewelry and pocket knives and stuff like that. Um, but the more broad stroke of the brush with scrimshaw is that it was anything created by the whalers aboard the ships, anything that they created from the bone and ivory itself. So that could have been the engraving on teeth, or it could mean something like a rope splitter made of whale bone that didn't have any engraving at all. It was just a carving, but it became a useful tool for them. So those rope splitters are also considered scrimshaw because they were forged by the hands of these whalers aboard the whaling ships.
Oh, cool. I
So,
actually thought it was mostly ornamental, so I learned something.
mm,
Okay. So when you were approaching like the illustrations for Fuck Up Fairy Tales,
mhm.
was there did it really feel like those two mediums kind of like complemented each other? Like, what were some of the differences in your approach? What were the challenges or things that were easier? I don't know, like comparing the two.
I think initially, so when we first started the work for the illustrations, we were looking at it as doing hand drawn illustrations with pen, ink, and in that way, it didn't feel far off from the scrimshaw. Of course, different mediums, different techniques, but the idea, the concept. Scrimshaw, I tend to be much more controlled, and it's a much more difficult medium to work with. So things are a little bit tighter. I was excited to be working more loosely with the illustrations. That
Yeah.
kind of like let my hand relax a little bit. Um, but then when we switched to the digital drawings,
Yep.
that was like a whole new world for me.
Yeah.
I had always tried in the arts to keep things very traditional in my techniques and my mediums. So switching over to the digital thing, like logistically, made all the sense in the world. Um, but I really had to kind of find this new corner of myself. Um, a lot of ways, it afforded me an even greater ability to do that because of the impermanence of the digital work. So I'm not used to being able to erase
Yeah.
my work. So if there were any like issues or ideas that came up and changed, um, my newer age self that does like graphic design and web design and that kind of stuff um, really loved being able to do things digitally and
Yeah.
kind of those worlds collide. Was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
yeah, so like trying to bring like traditional imagery but with some whimsy and then do it in like a digital form was super fun and
Maybe someday
interesting.
I'll write a book and you'll actually illustrate it with scrimshaw,
I'm
which
in.
people do.
I'm in.
I'd have to pay you a lot more for that.
Yes.
Why do you think you're the dog person and I'm the cat person? This is like therapy.
This is like therapy. I love that dogs keep me active and they keep me motivated to go out and experience the world. As an introvert, I think having a dog to kind of break the ice and get out sometimes is really important. I think if I had a cat, I might not get out that much, and I don't know if that was
Yeah, I mean,
but you're also a people person,
yeah, yeah, to a
um,
degree. I do
and
think that like
having a dog would hinder.
that's true.
Yeah, I don't know though. I think I mean there could be an element. There could be an element of just like how we experienced our childhood pets. like you had Felicia. Like Felicia was basically your cat, and I think just because I was like with dad so much as a kid, like and he always had the dog. Like I was so used to having a dog, and it was.
Although, funnily enough, now I think mom is the dog person and dad is a cat person.
Yeah, they did
like
a little switcheroo.
reversed.
They did a little switcheroo. Yeah.
Yeah, and to be clear, we both love dogs and cats.
Yes.
Like I would say, it's like you're a dog person who loves cats, and I'm a cat person that loves dogs.
Yeah, I have so much respect for cats. Cats are magic.
Which story in the book was your favorite to illustrate?
Ooh. So I think gonna be. No, I want to say juniper tree.
Really? Because I have another question that I know that's the answer to.
Really? I don't know what. Something about juniper tree.
Because if I ask you which is the most fucked up fairy tale in the book, what would you say?
They're all so
oh, okay.
They're all so well, they're all such a journey in their own way that like I don't think
That's a good endorsement. I thought you would say the juniper tree because Jade was emotionally affected by the juniper tree.
I really was, like viscerally. I still am. Like my heart's in my throat just thinking about it.
It was almost like I was
is.
beheaded by our mother and cooked into a meal that Jade had to prepare.
I feel like it very well could be a past life thing. I don't know what it is. But like what a journey on that one. I'm going to go with, though, I'm not going to say juniper tree for that question. I'm going to say good soup. I just have to. I have to.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, that one's great.
No, she looks
that
perfect.
one was
like,
so fun.
Her like position is really
I like
funny. It's like some
the little eyes in the shadow too. Yeah, that's fun.
Oh yeah, but her husband like watching her. Very very funny.
Yeah.
All right, this is a layered question. I actually need to read it.
Okay.
When we were tweens, you tricked me into thinking I'd broken Dad's favorite coffee cup. Later, Dad revealed he had no feelings for that coffee cup whatsoever. The coffee cup in question was a white coffee cup with illustrations of white geese wearing Santa hats, because our mother went through a duck decorating phase in the 80s. My question is, what was Dad's actual favorite coffee cup?
I mean, so the vision that's coming to my mind is not of a singular coffee cup, but it is the collected coffee cups in the backseat of the Volvo.
Oh.
Like, because he would leave the house. He was like such a rebel. This was before like to go cups, you know.
A huge deal, yeah.
So like he would leave the house with a cup of black coffee and then he'd finish it on the road and put it behind a seat.
There's so much trash in that Volvo.
I don't believe that Dad had a favorite coffee mug. I think a coffee mug was a coffee mug was a coffee mug. It was a vessel for the delicious coffee.
Yeah. Okay, so our dad was a scrimshander. Jade has like taken on the craft from him. Actually, it goes back in our family long ways. And but as like part of it, Dad wasn't just a scrimshander. He had like a jewelry shop, and later became kind of an antique shop too, whatever. And so we spent a lot of summers in the shop, and I wondered, is there like any specific jewelry that you were like, I want that, because we weren't allowed to have it all. It was to sell. But how do you not be a little kid in a jewelry shop wanting to be like, I'm gonna put all of these rings on?
I honestly, and this is great, we can consider me a success now, because everything I liked and wanted were like the full teeth, and I get to do that every day, and
that's awesome.
My favorite thing. Yeah, I loved like the little studs. He used to do studs with like tiny ships on them. Every now and again, I have people contact me to restore pieces, and sometimes they're Dad's.
That's amazing.
And that's really, really cool.
Yeah, really
I mean,
cool.
they hold up beautifully. It's amazing to see some stuff that is like signed and dated, like early 80s.
Yeah.
But every now and again, something will float through that was his and just needs a re-ink or whatever.
Yeah, that's funny. It's like scrimshaw is kind of like a tattoo. You like need to juice it up a little bit.
Yeah, it's it depends on how much you wear it and what kind of life it has to endure. But like overall, I mean, there's scrimshaw from a few hundred years ago that still looks amazing. So
I wanted all of the wooden earrings.
I was wondering if you were going to choose
those. It was wooden earrings. They were so cool.
Were they like the colorful ones?
Yeah. There were these big, chunky earrings. They
Those
were all
are really cool.
painted.
Yeah.
And there was the ones that like stick out to my mind the most. I think there were some like big like tropical fish I liked. There was one that was like a cluster of fruit. It's kind of like Chiquita banana type of earrings, and there were
Yeah.
flamingos.
Do you have a smell attached to that memory? They had the best smell too.
Oh, I don't have a smell attached to it that I'm aware of, but maybe if I smelled them, then I'd be like, whoa.
It's just like fresh wood. It like they were amazing.
Yeah, they were just like
Those.
so colorful. They're like very Miss
Yeah.
Frizzle coated. Okay, so if we can scrunch them up, what baby and like kid photos should I share in this video? We fought a lot when we were kids.
We did.
We argued a lot.
We did.
Which is the most iconic fight we've ever had to you in our history?
We were in Nantucket
Yes.
at the cottage, and Dad was holding his handy little camcorder.
He got a camcorder. Everything was camcorder.
This was amazing. I forgot what I was trying to get you to talk to me about,
Okay.
but there was something that I was requesting of you, and
Okay.
you were in the bunk beds,
Yep.
and you had your shirt over your head, and you insisted that you could not answer me or partake in the conversation because you had no head. And I,
Fair.
you know, I was younger. I did not understand why you couldn't tell
Didn't
me
get my
whatever it
artistic
was.
vision, clearly.
And I went out to Dad with the camcorder, and I was like, "Oh, Liz won't answer me because she says she has no head," you know. And so he like followed me into the bedroom, and you were like, "I don't know what to say. There's no head. I can't."
It was reality television, was what that was.
There were some really funny ones.
Once we were fighting over a harmonica on a road
Mhm.
trip, and Mom pulled the car over and threw the harmonica into the woods. So there was one Christmas, I was like, "This is it. This is in that little house in Wickford." I was like, "I'm gonna watch It's a Wonderful Life." And you were on the phone with people, and then we were like fighting over because like I'm trying to watch TV and you're trying to talk on the phone. And then Mom was like, "No more phone, no more TV." And I was like, "I just want to watch It's a Wonderful Life."
Where's Mary? Where is she? Where is she? She's just about to close up the library.
Flash forward to now, I fucking hate that movie.
Yeah, that's why I didn't want to watch it with you.
You were right.
I mean,
you were right. Now I'm going to ask you what your greatest birthday wish is, and you should answer that everyone pre-orders Fucked Up Fairy Tales the book. You ready?
Okay.
What is your greatest birthday wish on this your birthday?
I think everybody should pre-order Fucked Up Fairy Tales by Liz Gotauco.
You heard it here, folks. Thanks for watching. You did it.
Yay, you did so
You did
good. You're so important.
I'm being made out with. Okay.